Hey, what's up, y'all, man? This is your boy, y'all's chosen one. We're going to continue in the book of Jasher. Like I said, we have to catch up here. We're trying to get to chapter 67 today. We're on chapter 63 right now. And we're just trying to catch up to the Bible in order to get to Exodus chapter 2. So here we go. And in the 93rd year died Levi, the son of Jacob, in Egypt. And Levi was 137 years old when he died. And they put him into a coffin, and he was given to the hands of his children. All right. So I think that just about wraps up all the sons of Jacob, being alive. It pretty much wraps all of them up. All of them are dead now. So, if you've been following, this book of Jasher, and, that leaves it wide open for the Edomites to exact their revenge upon Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So, and it came to pass after the death of Levi, when all the Egypt saw that the sons of Jacob, the brethren of Joseph, were dead, all the Egyptians began to afflict the children of Jacob and to embitter their lives from that day until the day of their going forth from Egypt. It's bound to come. And they took from their hands all the vineyards and fields which Joseph had given to them, and all the elegant houses in which the people of Israel lived. They was living nice, man. They was living good. The Most High had blessed them, in their land, and now the Egyptians, it's their country. They want to afflict and take back what's theirs because they had no more allegiance to them because Joseph was dead, and all the patriarchs, all the patriarchs Israel had died off too. So, and all the fat of Egypt, the Egyptians took all from the sons of Jacob in those days. The Most High made the Israelites prosperous in that land, in their own land of Egypt, and these Egyptians were getting mad about it. So, all you Egyptologists, man, you always want to look at like the fine things of Egypt. Man, the Israelites helped build Egypt, man. As we're gonna see, it was jealous of us when we was in Egypt. And the hand of all Egypt became more grievous in those days against the children of Israel. And the Egyptians injured the Israelites until the children of Israel were wearied of their lives on account of the Egyptians. So when I'm reading this, man, I'm like thinking, how my ancestors were treated here in the Americas. Like every day, that life must have been just like so hard. They didn't even want to live. Once a proud people of the Most High, and every day you're getting beat, spit upon, getting your woman raped right in front of you, can't do anything about it. And that must have been just a really bad feeling. And it came to pass in those days, in the 102nd year of Israel's going down to Egypt, that Pharaoh, king of Egypt, died, and Melo, his son, reigned in his stead. And all the mighty men of Egypt and all the generation which knew Joseph and his brethren died in those days. So we have Melo taking place here. Joseph, everybody died, and another generation rose up in their stead, which had not known the sons of Jacob and all the good which they had done to them and all their might in Egypt. So they didn't know anything about them. It's a new just like a new generation comes up, even today. The younger generation will say the older generation, "Oh man, you guys are ancient." All the new technology. Like who's Michael Jordan? I'm like, wow, right? Michael Jordan. And another generation rose up. Okay, therefore all Egypt began from that day forward to embitter the lives of the sons of Jacob, and to afflict them with all the manner of hard labor, because they had not known their ancestors who had delivered them in the days of the famine. So, holds true to form, man. People do forget their their history. And the Egyptians soon forgot their history, that the Israelites actually helped them, through their bitter times of their country. The Israelites actually helped them to get out of the famine and, that was going on in Egypt. And this was also from Yah for the children of Israel, to benefit them in the latter days, in order that all the children of Israel might know Yah, their power. So in the latter days, we're talking about even today, because this is going to serve as a Passover, so you know that Yah brought you up out of Egypt. So this was from Yah, so you can't blame these Egyptians. It was brought up by Yah in order that you're going to remember who Yah is from generation to generation. You're not going to forget. There's going to be keys to point out who you are in the Bible, and obviously right here in the book of Jasher. And in order to know the signs and mighty wonders which Yah would do in Egypt on account of his people Israel. His people Israel, not the world, it's Israel. In order that the children of Israel might fear Yah, their power of their ancestors, and walk in all his ways, they and their seed after them all the days. And that's what the Most High was kind of conjure up. The story of us being in Egypt, because eventually, when we came into Americas, we weren't allowed to read and write and stuff like that. And in order for us not to forget, that's why these stories were put in there into the Bible, so you won't forget, because one day it'll click. It'll click in your brain that, oh my God, this is us. Melo was 20 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 94 years, and all Egypt called his name Pharaoh at the name of his father, as it was their custom to do every king who reigned over them in Egypt. At that time, all the troops of Angeas, king of Africa, went forth to spread along the land of Chittim, as usual for plunder. And Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, heard their report, and he went forth to meet them with his army, and he fought them there in the road. And Zepho smote the troops of the king of Africa with the edge of the sword, and left none remaining of them, and not even one returned to his master in Africa. And Angeas heard of this which Zepho the son of Eliphaz had done to all his troops, that he had destroyed them. And Angeas assembled all his troops, all the men of the land of Africa, a people numerous like the sand by the seashore. And Angeas sent to Lucas his brother, saying, Come to meet me with all thy men, to help me to smite Zepho and all the children of Chittim, who had destroyed my men. And Lucas came with his whole army, a very great force, to assist Angeas his brother to fight with Zepho and the children of Chittim. And Zepho and the children of Chittim heard this thing, and they were greatly afraid, and a great terror fell upon their hearts. And Zepho also sent a letter to the land of Edom, to Hadad the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and to all the children of Esau, saying, I have heard that Angeas, king of Africa, is coming to us with his brother for battle against us, and we are greatly afraid of him, for his army is very great, particularly as he comes against us with his brother and his army likewise. Now therefore, you also up with me and help me, and we will fight together against Angeas and his brother Lucas, and you will save us out of their hands. But if not, know ye that we shall all die. And the children of Esau sent a letter to the children of Chittim and to Zepho their king, saying, We cannot fight against Angeas and his people, for a covenant of peace has been between us for many years, from the days of Bela the first king, and from the days of Joseph the son of Jacob, king of Egypt, with whom we fought on the other side of Jordan when he buried his father. And when Zepho heard the words of his brother and the children of Esau, he refrained from them. And Zepho was greatly afraid of Angeas. So this is his brother and the Edomites. Remember, Zepho is in charge of the armies there in Chittim, in Asia. And his brethren would be the Edomites, but they have a king over, and they made a covenant earlier with Angeas. All right. And Angeas and Lucas, his brother, arrayed all their forces, about 800,000 men, against the children of Chittim. And all the children of Chittim said unto Zepho, pray for us to the power of thy ancestors. Peradventure he may deliver us from the hand of Angeas and his army. For we have heard that he is a great power, and that he delivers all who trust in him. And Zepho heard their words, and Zepho sought Yah, and he said, how about that? How about that? So when times get hard, you're going to seek him out. But before that, your father, your great-grandfather didn't want anything to do with him, but when it's time to seek him out, you want to seek him out. O Yah, power of Abraham and Isaac, my ancestors, this day I know that thou art a true power, and all the gods of the nations are vain and useless. Okay. Remember now this day unto me thy covenant with Abraham our father, which our ancestors related to us, and do graciously with me this day for the sake of Abraham and Isaac our fathers, and save me and the children of Chittim from the hand of the king of Africa, who comes against us for battle. So he's right. And the prophecy was given by Isaac that Esau would rule with the sword. So, he has to preserve that. It's kind of a covenant that Esau will have the fat of the land, and he'll rule by sword, and he'll conquer. And Yah hearkened to the voice of Zepho, and he had regard for him on account of Abraham and Isaac. And the Lord and Yah delivered Zepho and the children of Chittim from the hand of Angeas and his people. And Zepho fought Angeas, king of Africa, and all his people on that day. And Yah gave all the people of Angeas into the hands of the children of Chittim. And the battle was severe upon Angeas, and Zepho smote all the men of Angeas and Lucas his brother with the edge of the sword, and there fell from them until the evening of that day about 400,000 men. And when Angeas saw that all his men perished, he sent a letter to all the inhabitants of Africa to come to him, to assist him in the battle. And he wrote in the letter, saying, all who are found in Africa, let them come unto me from 10 years old and upward. Let them all come unto me, and behold, if he comes not, he shall die. And all that he has with his whole household the king will take. Alright, so Angeas, I guess, is really mad about the situation. I guess he lost. And all the rest of the inhabitants of Africa were terrified at the words of Angeas, and there went out of the city about 300,000 men and boys from 10 years upward, and they came to Angeas. And at the end of 10 days, Angeas renewed the battle against Zepho and the children of Chittim, and the battle was very great and strong between them. And from the army of Angeas and Lucas, Zepho sent many of the wounded unto his hand, about 2,000 men. And Sosithar, the captain of the host of Angeas, fell in that battle. And when Sosithar had fallen, the African troops turned their backs to flee, and they fled. And Angeas and Lucas his brother were with them. And Zepho and the children of Chittim pursued them, and they smote them still heavily on the road, about 200 men. And they pursued Asdrubal, the son of Angeas, who had fled with his father, and they smote 20 of his men in the road. And Asdrubal escaped from the children of Chittim, and they did not slay him. And Angeas and Lucas his brother fled with the rest of their men, and their escape and came into Africa with terror and consternation. And Angeas feared all the days lest Zepho the son of Eliphaz should go to war with him. So I guess they wouldn't be coming to Chittim anymore, trying to plunder him like they annually did. So we see here that Zepho is definitely establishing himself among in Asia, and he's even fighting back the African armies. And what I get here, what I take from this chapter 63 is that, all the tribes are dead. Zepho, who is actually, the children of Esau, is intermingling with the Asians. So therefore, when I see light-skinned Asians, I'm thinking that, okay, they got a mixed seed of Esau in them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting. So he's all up in Europe. He's in, wasn't called Europe yet, but he's all in Asia. He's all up there, and they're the people. Those people are intermingling with the Edomites, and therefore that's why when I see some Asians today and see them light skinned, I can see that Esau is in them. And I can see the dark skinned ones. See that they didn't interbreed with them as well, but the light skinned ones, Yeah, I can definitely see that. Alright, man. This is your boy, y'all's chosen one, man. Hope you got a great lesson out of that. I'll get with you guys on chapter 64 on the next one. Hope you enjoy your free day off. Nothing to it but to do it. It's a great day to be in the Word. Alright, shalom.